have your healthiest, best hair in your 40s and beyond. In partnership with iRestore, I'm going to be giving you my top dermatologist tips for healthy hair growth to carry you into your wiser years.
Keep watching. Towards the end of the video, I will be sure and share with you guys the amazing results I've gotten with iRestore Elite device, but they went ahead and activated my code. You guys can take advantage of code Dr. Dre Elite. That will get you $625 off of the Elite device, an amazing savings. I will have it linked for you guys in the description box.
Now, with age, we can experience a decrease in thickness and density due to a variety of factors, which we will get into in this video. It can be very distressing to go through. Hair is a very important part of our identity. An evidence-based intervention for different types of hair loss is low-level laser therapy. Low-level laser therapy delivers select wavelengths of light, and the end result, when we're talking about hair loss, is an improvement in metabolism, energy usage at the level of the follicle, and this can help restore hair growth in certain types of hair loss disorders. Not only that, low-level laser therapy reduces inflammation in the scalp, helping to support healthy hair growth. And the third mechanism is an improvement in circulation to the follicle to deliver the growth factors necessary for healthy hair growth. Growing hair is a very energy-demanding task. Now, there are many devices on the market. I recommend iRestore. Their Elite device is the most powerful device on the market. Not only does it use the appropriate wavelengths, but the device is appropriately powered to deliver meaningful levels of that light energy exactly where they need to go. What sets iRestore Elite apart from other devices on the market is that it uses a combination of lasers and LEDs. It has 500 diodes with a 250 milliwatt output for the most comprehensive scalp coverage. Hands-free, all it takes is 12 minutes a day. Now, those of you who have been here, you know I have been using iRestore devices for years now, and I first started with their professional device. I really started noticing an improvement in hair strand thickness and a bit of improvement in density, and with ongoing use, those results increased. This year, I started using their newer Elite device. It's a lot more powerful than the professional device. I continue to see an improvement in hair strand thickness integrity. I get much less breakage. I have substantially less hair shedding since implementing this device, above and beyond what I was getting with their professional device, which is a very good device and evidence-based. The device uses vertical cavity surface emitting lasers, which have a circle shape. This is one feature I really like about their devices because these lasers are known for their efficiency at low power and for providing better comprehensive scalp coverage. And then the LEDs, which stands for light emitting diodes, they really spread the energy to a wider area. So the combination of lasers and LEDs really make this a very powerful and scalp comprehensive device. Plus, the construction of the helmet really gives you optimal total coverage of the scalp, hitting key areas of hair loss. You know, there are a lot of devices out there that really just target, like the crown, for example, or they're a device that you have to hold with your hand and move around, which is kind of cumbersome. These devices only work if you use them. You don't want to invest your money in a device that is way too cumbersome to use. What I like about iRestore Elite is that you don't need to even use your hands. You can multitask while you're wearing it. It's super comfortable. The other reason I recommend their devices is safety. The devices have been rigorously vetted and tested for safety. The light that is emitted from these devices, it's pretty bright. So if you look at it, it can be harmful for your eyes. Their devices are designed to shut off when it's not on your scalp, which I really like, because if you inadvertently tore it off of your head while it was in use to answer the door and you happen to look down, those lights aren't gonna, be shining right in your eye. The mechanisms behind low-level laser therapy really address a lot of the root causes of our struggles with hair growth as we get wiser. What else can you do? Well, like I said, growing hair is a very energy demanding task. Low-level laser therapy targets that by improving the metabolic health at the level of the hair follicle, improving improving blood flow to deliver nutrients and growth factors. But if you aren't taking in good nutrition, you are not optimizing healthy hair growth. It's easy as we get into our wiser years to maybe lean more into convenience foods. Going through the drive-thru more often. Maybe you have spent most of your adult life cooking for your family and they're no longer living in the home, so you have less of an impetus to maybe cook a meal and you are relying a lot more on delivery. Maybe you're not eating the best. Highly suggest optimizing your diet to include a variety of whole foods, fruits and vegetables, especially lean proteins and whole grains, legumes. These types of foods and a variety of them really can support healthy hair growth because your hair needs vitamins, minerals to grow. And it also needs protein, amino acids. As we get into our wiser years, protein becomes an important part of our diet, even more so than ever before, because due to hormonal influences, we don't have as easy of a time maintaining our muscle mass. So prioritizing protein in the diet not only is helpful for your muscles, but the amino acids in those proteins are going to help support healthy hair growth. Also, the anti-inflammatory compounds, the antioxidants, can help cut down on oxidative stress at the level of the hair follicle, which is key, and not only for reducing the miniaturization process that happens with pattern hair loss, which happens in both men and women, is the most common type of hair loss disorder out there, but also plays a role in premature graying of the hair. Speaking of scalp health, shampooing your scalp regularly helps to remove oily buildup and reduce the burden of the dandruff-causing yeast Malassezia that we all have. But when it gets too comfortable in our scalp as a result of an oily buildup, which it loves, that generates a lot of inflammation. Remember, low-level laser therapy, one of the ways in which it works is to help bring down some of that inflammation, but do yourself a favor and regularly cleanse your scalp. Now, the frequency with which you shampoo your scalp, remember, shampoo is a scalp-directed product, will depend on your hair type, what your hair strands can tolerate, but at least once a week is ideal. Consider incorporating a shampoo with one of the following ingredients: caffeine, zinc pyrithione, ketoconazole. These are ingredients that show promise for supporting healthy hair growth in a shampoo form. Check out my video on hair loss shampoos that might actually work. I talk more in detail about how these ingredients can help support healthy hair growth. Zinc pyrithione and ketoconazole, they reduce the burden of that Malassezia yeast that can create a lot of inflammation. They're also anti-inflammatory. Caffeine is anti-inflammatory, can localize in the scalp, depot there, remain there, and help ward off oxidative stress and perhaps improve scalp circulation. Again, these are things that low-level laser therapy targets, but having a shampoo that also supports these things, or shampoo ingredients, can be beneficial. Now, some of these shampoos might be a little drying for your hair strands as you rinse them out. Don't lather them to your hair strands, but inevitably it's going to get on the strands. Make sure when you rinse them out, you follow with a conditioner to help offset the effects of shampooing on the hair strands. Shampooing the strands ends up leaving behind a charge that can cause frizz, breakage, so a conditioner can help offset that. One of the benefits of consistently shampooing is not only removing that oily buildup, but also temporarily improving circulation to the scalp through the massaging action of lathering shampoo to your scalp. Now, you can take that a little bit further if you're motivated by regularly massaging your scalp. It's a little nudge that might make a difference for you in terms of improving circulation to the follicle to deliver the nutrients that are necessary. Now, again, low-level laser therapy does do that, but it's something that you can implement as well along throughout your day. And who doesn't like a little scalp massage? Now, if you're noticing hair loss, my main tip is to talk to your healthcare provider. Maybe they might need to check some blood work. There are certain blood tests that might be needed. For example, low vitamin D levels are associated with hair loss. So your hair may be telling you something about, say, your vitamin D levels. Also, hair loss is seen in the setting of iron deficiency. Check out my video all about iron deficiency and hair loss. I go into detail about iron replacement in that video. Not only at the level of blood work, but your healthcare provider might need to refer you to a board-certified dermatologist for a more comprehensive hair loss workup. Hair loss is not one single issue. There are many different types of hair loss, and one mistake a lot of people make, especially as they get into their 40s, is solely chalking up their hair thinning, their hair loss to age alone. Yes, it's very common to have thinning and decrease in density as we get up there in our years, but don't miss out on the opportunity to potentially have early detection of a hair loss disorder. For example, a lot of people who have a receding hairline might just think, oh, this is androgenetic alopecia, normal part of aging, it's just my genetics. But there's actually a hair loss disorder called frontal fibrosing alopecia, or lichen planopilaris. It's an inflammatory hair loss disorder which can affect your frontal hairline. Importantly, this disorder, if left untreated, can go on to scar. And once that scar forms, you cannot grow that hair back. If you have that diagnosed early on, there are treatments that can be implemented that slow down, halt that process so that you don't permanently lose your hair. So a scalp biopsy can be very telling. And remember, this condition, which I have a video on as a side note, affects mostly women, but it does affect men as well. The next one is to be mindful of the kind of stress that is in your life. I personally don't find it very satisfying to tell you guys reduce your stress, because that's kind of vague. How do you reduce your stress? And it's going to be individualized to you, and it's actually very challenging. But being mindful of your stress and things that maybe not necessary in your life, and eliminating those things that are causing you unnecessary stress, they're not vital to like your day-to-day function. Eliminating those unnecessary sources of stress can make a huge difference for your overall quality of life. But here's the thing, when it comes to hair, stress is no bueno, because it can shift the hair cycle around and you get massive shedding as a result about 3 months after a stressful event, whether that be physical stress, like you had a surgery or you were in a car accident, or emotional stress. You're just like really stressed out, maybe you're not sleeping. The hair cycle shifts around because, like I said, hair growth is very energy demanding. When the body is taxed, your hair accommodates that and says, we're not going to prioritize growing hair strands right now because these resources are needed elsewhere. So make sure that you have some awareness of the stressors in your life and adapt accordingly to reduce the burden of stress in your life. My next tip is to consider changing up how you wear your hair. If you're someone who has always worn your hair in a bun or in braids, especially really tight ones, you might consider changing it up a bit, because really tight hairstyles, they put a lot of traction on the hair that can lead to breakage, especially in this area. Maybe you're someone who has dabbled in hair extensions. Those put a lot of traction, tension on the hair strands and inevitably lead to significant breakage. Maybe you've even used extensions that require some sort of adhesive and you've developed a contact dermatitis to it that's causing a lot of scalp inflammation. Pause the hair extensions, because all that traction from those and or tight hairstyles, like I said, it contributes to a lot of breakage, which is going to make any underlying thinning a lot more obvious. But if that chronic traction goes unchecked, you keep putting that traction on the hair shafts, eventually it can trickle down to the level of the follicle, and the follicle can scar. Once a follicle is scarred, there's no turning back. So if you're at a point in your life where you're starting to notice thinning, consider wearing looser hairstyles. If you do better with braids, then make sure you are changing up the direction with which you braid your hair to kind of offload that traction throughout the scalp a bit. If you heat style your hair, make sure that you use a lower temperature setting. When you blow dry your hair, make sure you move the blow dryer around a lot and that you don't hold it too close to the scalp. That can be very inflammatory for your scalp to have that high heat on there, and it can create a lot of scalp irritation. Those are my tips and tricks for having the healthiest hair. For me, I do highly recommend iRestore low-level laser therapy devices, and their Elite device is the most powerful device on the market. All it takes is 12 minutes a day, and within about 3 months, you can begin to start noticing an improvement in thickness and density. It may take longer, but if you don't see any results after a year of using it, you can get your money back. They offer a refund, which I think is great, because device makers, they might offer a refund, but they don't carry it out that long. And hair growth is a slow moving process. It's really made a difference for me personally. I've used this device now this year, and then again, their other device for many years consistently. And I personally really see for myself a significant improvement in thickness, density, strength of my hair, much less shedding. I love using it. I really really appreciate benefits with it. It can be used in conjunction with other hair loss interventions, whether that be topical or oral minoxidil, PRP injections, spironolactone. If you guys are interested in trying out iRestore, click the link in my description box. Thank you, iRestore, for sponsoring today's video. If you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.